Before I start this presentation, I would just like to say that during my presentation, I was going to have a sheet of paper in front of my face that would be blank, and I'd be like reading it off a blank paper to add effect that I would show at the end to kind of be like my big moment. But because I'm recording it, it'd be pretty weird if I just had like a sheet of paper in my face and I was like talking to the camera. So I will not be having that part into my presentation that I'm doing now. But yeah. So hey everybody, I want you guys to think about a moment in your life where you're your most happiest. To think about a time in your life where you're your most passionate about something and see how those two things correlate. For me, games always made me happy, but I never really wanted to make games until I played a game called Walking Dead. In this game, you are raising a young girl, but then in the beginning of the game, you're kind of a murderer. So it kind of just shows that whole aspect of how people can change. And just because you made mistakes in your past, that doesn't decide your future. And the game really inspired me the most when there were just so many different options that you could have. And that's something that I just never experienced before. It really just made me fall in love with that game. Also, with the fact that there'd never been a game where I had that much of an emotional connection to a game where it made me cry at the end. Like I legitimately was just like crying. It was pretty sad. Also, I just never knew that games could have that much of an impact on people. I always knew games were just something you do for fun. But this game made me think of the world in a different perspective, like the perspective that people could change. I never thought about that before until I played this game. Another game that really inspired me was a game called Valiant Heart. And in this game, you are a military guy. You play different characters, but mostly the main character, you're just a military guy, and you do different deeds, and then it just shows how bad war is. Like the fact that war can make people go mad, and how sometimes we don't maybe appreciate the sacrifices that people have made going to war to fight these battles, because at the end of the game, he comes home and he just gets killed by his own country because of a war crime he did of hitting the general. But the general was like gone crazy and made him go crazy. So he didn't want to die. So he hit the general to save himself. But he just in essence he saved more people from dying, and he just got killed for it. And it just shows the dark side of war and how there is not a happy ending for guys that go into war. How we should maybe treat them better and appreciate them. And I just never knew that games could have this much of an impact on the way people thought about life. And it just really motivated me because how the fact that that game could do that, maybe I could do the same thing. Maybe I could make a game about maybe like police brutality or racism and show like different perspectives of games and how I can maybe like make a difference in the way people view something by simply just making a video game. And I just want you guys to just always think about what makes you happy and why it makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, no one can stop you from accomplishing your dreams and goals. If you love what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and those things just can carry you to new heights that you never thought you would be at. Like I never thought that I would when I was in high school, I never thought that I'd be where I am now. And I probably couldn't imagine where I would be in the future. So just never set limitations on your own goals. Always believe that you can be the best. Peace, guys.